Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video playing the field with Shakes. Gotta say, man, you guys are pretty special, pretty special. You guys are the reason why I actually do this content as well. Part of the reason, you know the drill. I love you guys, I really do. But there's a topic that I want us to discuss. Yeah, another topic that I want us to discuss. Mamelodi Sundowns head coach Miguel Cardoso, guys. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw his press conference or his post match conference after the game, the Champions League game. He was rattled, eh? I mean, towards the end, he was rattled. I don't know what rattled him, but he was like he was so mad that I was wondering what is he so mad at? He was being asked about MC Algiers, but I think they referenced Rolani and he was like, "You're wrong, you're wrong." I'm like, hey man, I don't know. And obviously that plays into the sort of the pressure in terms of Mamelodi Sundowns and where they're at. Now, the question that I want to pose in today's episode or in today's uh, recording is, what does Miguel Cardoso need to do to ensure that he has another season at Mamelodi Sundowns this season? So this season, what does he need to do to ensure that next season he's okay, he's safe, he can do what he's got to do? That's for sure. And obviously, a lot of talk has been happening with regards to the fans. I think the fans are 50-50 on him. I've seen a post where someone said he's going to bring the Champions League home, and I've seen some posts where people are just saying, nah, this ain't it. Personally, for me, when I've watched Mamelodi Sundowns, when I look at the squad, when I look at the players, especially now that he's calmed down with that sort of fatigue thing that he was going on about, I wanted him to stop because it was just going on for such a very long time. But even the way Sundowns is playing, I always feel like Sundowns could be playing a lot better. I feel like Sundowns could be killing off teams a lot better. Even the game against Lupopo as well, I mentioned that first half that they played, I was just thinking like, no man, you guys are you're too obsessed with having to control the game. Orlando Pirates, the same thing too. You're too obsessed with having to control the game. Maruma Gallen, same thing too. You're too obsessed with having to control the game. They just want to control the game instead of having to blow these teams out the water. Blow them out the water. And the funny thing is that when you look at Sundowns last season, they scored a lot of goals. They scored loads of goals. And the one big change that has happened is the fact that Lucas Ribeiro left. And suddenly there's a big change or something like they always trying to sort of control the game and not scoring a whole lot more goals than what they were. And that's what made me question in terms of Miguel Cardoso. Now, was it just Ribeiro Vele? Nele enough was it working around individual brilliance? Was that it? You're able to coach a side that can score the same amount of goals, because when you look at the talent pool, you've got it. It's right there. So the second half was good signs in the sense that the way that they played against Liverpool was good signs, because there was goals and there was hunger to sort of get more goals. So which was really good. But as at this current moment, as it currently stands with regards to the season as well, and this is something that's been labeled at previous coaches for Mamelodi Sundowns, they're not winning a lot of domestic cups. Even for me, I feel like Mamelodi Sundowns are not winning enough domestic cups. There was a post that Betway put up as well to speak about which team has reached the most cup finals, and Orlando Pirates was right there. And Orlando Pirates, ratio-wise, was winning more of their cup finals in the last 5 years, winning more of their cup finals than what Mamelodi Sundowns was. And Mamelodi Sundowns was getting opportunities, but they happened to be losing, whether it's Orlando Pirates, whether if it's, what's his team, man, the Magesi. They happen to be losing cup finals, whether it's the Champions League. They're not getting it over the line. They're not getting it over the line. So sometimes they tend to reach there, but it just does not happen to translate into them having to win. So now my question that I have is that, what does he need to do in order to be here next season? And also, I don't think he's everybody's flavor. I don't think he's everybody's taste. I don't think he's everybody's, not everybody's feeling the guy. They're not necessarily feeling the guy. And also, it's almost like given him a chance as well. And when he came in, it was obviously a different, Sundowns wanted a different style of play. They wanted someone to sort of get them over the line. And also the fact that he was the guy who knocked out Mamelodi Sundowns in the previous CAF Champions League, where Rulani was the head coach. So they brought him in to be like, hey, take us to the final, which funny enough, he has taken to the final, but he lost 2 finals in a row. So now they're looking for someone who's going to get it over the line. And the interesting point about this season as well is that they've got a Orlando Pirates that is really focused. They've got an Orlando Pirates that's really like tuned in. When I look at Orlando Pirates, I'm just like, whoa. And Pirates are out of the CAF Champions League, and that could be a blessing for them, an absolute blessing for them, because now all they just have to focus about is domestic, and Sundowns are going to need to travel. And the more time Sundowns focuses on having to try control a game, that's where they're going to get bit. That is where they're going to get bit as well. And some of the players you sort of look at, I'm not sure if they're performing at the same height as well. So, but even when I look at them, I definitely look at this team and say they can definitely do a whole lot more than what they're doing. That's for sure. So, Miguel Cardoso, what does he need to do to be at next season? Is winning the league just enough? Is winning the league just enough? It's not, right? It's not. And also the fact that this season's probably not even guaranteed. You're not even guaranteed you will win this league. You know, it's not like it's going to happen. It's not like as if like it's not like it's guaranteed in terms of how the season is panning out. So let's say Sundowns just win the league. Would you guys be okay with that? Would you guys be okay with that? And when you look at what happened with the Culling knockout, having to be knocked out by I think Marumo Gallants as well on penalties. I mean, you know, it's not really looking good. And Miguel Cardoso had to be different to what was there before and what Mangoba was doing and what Rolani was doing and the fact that they parted ways with them because they were just not winning enough cups in terms of the opportunities they were getting. And I thought Miguel Cardoso was going to be able to do that a lot better. But when you look at the opportunities he's had about a shot at a couple of trophies last season, only managed to get one. He's had a shot at also like what is it, 4 trophies this year? Four trophies. So it's the CAF Champions League, it's the Nedbank Cup, it's the Carling Knockout, it's the league, it's empty net. So it's 5 trophies. 5 trophies. And already two are down. Two are down. So he's only got three left to play for. He's only got three left to play for. So does he need to win all of them in order to ensure that he's through? Don't worry, man. I think I've got the answer for myself. I think I've got the answer. I think I've got the answer. If Mamelodi Sundowns only win the league, I think it's Chai. I think it's Chai. That's what I think. I think they're going to part ways with Miguel Cardoso because they took a risk on having to do a different approach. And even with this different approach, it's not bearing the fruits. Yes, we're bearing the league, but we've done it 8 times in a row. Even the fans are bored. No, not bored, but they're like, listen, we want the big fish. That's what we want. We want the big fish. That is the one they want. So if he wins the league title only, I think it's Chai. If he wins the league and the Nedbank Cup, oh, that's it. I think it's going to solely depend on how they perform in the Champions League. So if he gets to like a final again and wins the Nedbank Cup in the league, I think he's safe. I think he's safe. I could be mad. Let me know. I think he's safe. If he wins just the Champions League, there's the money. There's the money. Cardoso, there it is. If you win just the Champions League, forget the league, forget the Nedbank Cup. If you just win that, I think he is safe for another season. And then he can also just say, listen, guys, peace, I'm out. I can't deal with this kind of pressure and the way you guys are. He can also have that in his cards. And also he would like to have a Champions League on his resume as well. But if he wins just the league, I think it's done. If he wins the Champions League, I mean, if he wins the Nedbank Cup and the league, it depends on how they do in the Champions League. If he wins just the Nedbank Cup, guys, it's not even a conversation. It's not even a conversation. And funny enough, here's another scenario. Actually, let me ask you another question. Is there a place or is there a world in your mind where you think like, is there a chance Sundowns could not win anything this season? Like, do you think they could go trophyless? Because that could happen. That could happen as well. So, geez, because I need to see how Pirates do with these games in hand. I need to see how they do in these games in hand, and I need to see how serious they're becoming. And obviously, Bogas is leaving. Is it going to be a loss for them? I think in terms of the player profile, that's a loss. But the fact that there's no carve out in centre backs, Orlando Pirates should be fine. That's for sure. So, is there a place or is there a world that Miguel Cardoso could win nothing this season? Do you think that's a possibility? Like it is a possibility, but do you think how percentage wise? Give me a percentage wise in terms of how much do you guys think? League is not enough. League and Netbank Cup, depending on how they do in the Champions League. But Champions League, you're all set. Or you could do the treble. How about the treble? You could do that. Then that could put you in the standing of like a piece of money. That's for sure. But let me know what you guys think. Two questions. Number one, what what does Miguel Cardoso have to do to ensure that he's safe for the following season? That's number one. Number two, is there a chance? Is there a percentage chance that Mamelodi Sundowns could win nothing this season? Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate everybody that watches, subscribes. It's been a pleasure. More's coming on the way.